Go.
Drive video number 1, 2009 Porsche Cayenne GTS 6-speed manual. This one is going to have a little bit of discussion about the vehicle as we go. I've mentioned this vehicle has a little bit of grinding when you're downshifting into second gear. It's only at very low speed. I want to comment about the gearing of this vehicle and the power. Second gear into third gear, 30 miles an hour will be right around 2,500 RPMs. It's not unusual to go into fourth gear in 30 mile an hour situations. So we're approaching our first stop sign. I'm going to downshift into second gear while we're rolling at 15 or so miles an hour and see if I can't get it to grind. It didn't that time. As I said, it will do it, but it's very infrequent and it's only downshifting into second gear, third gear. As I said, this is drive video 1. The second one will be with no narrative. Partial throttle application, fourth gear. Wide power band in these things. Fifth gear, 65 miles an hour, about 3,200 RPM. Sixth gear will get you down to about 2,700, 2,800 RPM. We're doing about 65 miles an hour, give or take. 65 miles an hour, 2,600 RPM. Sliding throttle application in sixth gear, and you'll roll right past legal speeds. Throttle dab, downshift into 5, 4. Again, the gearing is very low in these things. Third gear for moderate speed turns. We're in sport mode, suspension in sport. Left-hand turn, fourth gear, downshift into third. Sub 30 mile an hour left-hand turn. Rolling into the throttle, not aggressively. A little more aggressively. 5,000 RPM shift. Fourth gear, 72 miles an hour in the fifth gear. 75 to 77 miles an hour. Highway speeds, give or take, is just a whisker over 3,000 RPMs, about 3,200. You'll notice there isn't any real noticeable wind noise from the panel roof being slightly proud. That's mentioned or should be in the narrative. Another left-hand turn coming up. All left-hand turns. This is not a NASCAR simulation. We'll try downshift a second again. Naturally, it did not do it. $155,000 miles. This thing pulls incredibly strong. This is one of 3 2009 Cayenne GTS 6-speed manuals that I've driven over the course of the last 30 months. I've put almost 50,000 miles on those. They all sound different, they all drive different, they all shift different. This one pulls incredibly strong, drives very well. It's a wonderful example. All the functions through the center screen will go through. Another opportunity to see if we can drag out that second gear issue. Nope. Rolling stops in second gear are really easy. First gear is incredibly low on these things. right-hand turns. Let's try second gear again. Nothing. Murphy's Law. Normal turns in 30-mile-an-hour zones, I usually stay right in third gear because of the gearing and the power on these things. Acceleration's not an issue. 2 more left-hand turns, then we're going to do a second video that does not have me talking. Again, there's a second gear downshift with a throttle dab before, and it ain't grinding. First gear start, just for grins and giggles. 20 miles an hour, you're already 5,000 RPMs. Again, second drive, you will not have to suffer through me talking. Neither will my daughter, who is graciously taping this. 1 more downshift. Nothing again. That's what I mean by intermittent. Vehicle's up to temperature. That's the end of the first drive video. Thanks for listening to me. Any questions? Please feel free to ask in the comments.